Yes, my name's Paul. I'm the token local guy at the conference, so they put me in the slot, which is just before when you've listened to two great speakers, sat an hour in an uncomfortable chair, dying to go to the toilet and just want something to eat and a cup of coffee. So I'll rattle through this as quickly as I can. Okay, I know what you're thinking already. Not another PowerPoint presentation. So I'll try and keep text to a minimum. This fine looking gentleman is my brother Stephen. Stephen recently, last October, did the Dublin City Marathon in a fantastic time, and as luck would have it, a week later he had to go over to London to meet the UK and Ireland sales manager for Asics sport shoes. And a lovely gentleman by the name of Mark Miles, and Stephen was regaling him with his exploits of how well he had done in the Dublin City Marathon. Mark told him that he had done the London City Marathon, but he hadn't particularly enjoyed it, and shorter distances were his thing, and he wasn't going to go give another marathon a go. So Stephen spent the next 2 hours as they travelled into London saying, Mark, you shouldn't give up, and you know, your first foot out of the bed every day is the toughest one, and keep your spirits up, and I'll email you my training regime and everything. So when they got to Asics office and they met Mark's boss, the CEO of Asics, and Stephen was saying, I was just saying to Mark here that he shouldn't give up, he shouldn't let go, and that, you know, there's another marathon in him. And the CEO just went, Mark, he came 7th in the London City Marathon. So rather than teach any of you how to suck eggs, I would just like to ask, just how many people here are retailers? Show of hands. Okay, just whether you're a retailer or not, how many of you have a website? Okay, and how many of you have a website that's doing absolutely nothing for you? Okay, don't be shy. Okay, so three honest people. How many of you would like a website that's turning over in excess of €1 million? Sorry, how many of you would like a website that's turning over €1 million? That's a bit more like it. Okay, well, Stephen is wearing basically what we sell. Work trousers, steel-toe cap boots. We were trading very well. Obviously the boom was going on, everybody needed workwear. We would like to think everybody always needs workwear, but economics conspired against us. Like most businesses, our funding just evaporated overnight, and toughest thing I've ever had to do in business was had to let people go that had worked very hard for us. We were left with debts, mortgages, and a big empty warehouse. So what were we going to do? What we did have were, that's me in the middle, and my brother John and our colleague Jerry, if you'd stand up please. Come on, I'm not on my own. So we had a warehouse. John is an electronic engineer by background. He is ruthlessly efficient in everything he does, and he has an almost Jesuitical devotion to spreadsheets. So that was going back to Vinny said about grinding it out. That was John's department. Jerry, fine-looking gentleman. Jerry had done a computer science degree, so we thought we'd better put that to some use. So we had a website already, but it wasn't doing anything. We'd never really bothered with it. It was too much like hard work. So logistical genius, a computer science person, so why not give it a try? People often say to me, oh, it's all very well for you. You have somebody like Jerry, you know, it's a computer science degree. I'd recommend anybody work with Jerry for a week and they can come back and tell me how lucky I am. Just go get yourself a Jerry. You know, DKIT is 20 miles that way in Monaghan. There's the Monaghan Institute. There's people doing degrees there. They're looking for work experience. They're looking for jobs. So, you know, special and all as you are, Jerry, you're not that rare. And then there's me. I make the tea, and I'm just wildly optimistic about everything. So that's my function in the company. And I think Tom said, you know, it's all analytics. Don't go with your gut feeling. I would argue strongly against that. I do everything I do is just by my gut feeling. So I have these two fine men to counterbalance me. So we decided, right, website, let's get things going. So ours is a family business. We have our dad is in the business, our mum's in the business, my wife's in the business, and Stephen that you met already, he's in the business. But there was only the three of us believed that the website would get going, so we put all our best resources into it, and on the first month we sold a magnificent total of €284 worth of goods. So you can imagine how popular we were, that we weren't bothered cold calling anybody, doing anything else for the traditional side of the business, and you know, after 3 months work, €284. These are, I've been to some of these talks before and people say, oh, we do this, that and the other. It just, so you can see we are a small business in Monaghan. These are actual figures. This is what we've done since we started in that January. So we turned over €284 in the first month. Excuse me, last sort of November, December, we were turning over about €180,000 per month. It doesn't go down. And the thing we found, and what I would encourage everybody, it doesn't matter what business you're in, you can sell anything online. You literally can sell anything. One of the things that in the early days when we were still hovering, I think it was March in 2010 was a major turning point for us because we crossed the €1,000 a month barrier in sales. To keep our dad encouraged, we told him, we convinced him we could sell anything, and he gave us a left shoe in a size 7 and said sell that. So we promptly listed it on eBay, and thank God there was a lovely priest in Kilburn who had a pair of Dr. Martin shoes. The right foot was fine and he was just looking for a left shoe. So we got his £3.50 and he got his left shoe. So just for the retailers in the audience, again, these are the 3 years of our sales, and I think Breed is going to organise that you can get the slides afterwards if you want to pore over them. I meant to say earlier, you should have to forgive Tom for asking a border county audience what their turnover figures are, with our checkered history with those lovely people in customs and revenue. But these are actual figures. So unlike a retail spike, which would, you know, sort of January hit the floor from February nearly the whole way through to September until it starts again, every year, you know, these lines would be continual, but you know, our business goes up the whole way through the year. It starts in January at almost the same level, it finishes in December. It continues, it dips usually sometime, you know, in April for some bizarre reason, but then it keeps going up, and you know, there's no ceiling to it. And the encouraging thing for it is that last year, you can see we started, the green graph is last year, we started to do very well indeed. And the great thing was we were able to employ an extra 4 people last year. So we're now back up to... We don't just sell on our own website. We sell on Amazon in the UK, Amazon in Germany, France. The 2 graphs in the middle are our Bricks website for Ireland and UK and sterling, and we sell on eBay. You can see some of those figures are very, very significant. Only 9% of our sales online are actually Irish or within Ireland. Everything else is exports. UK is 50%, Germany is 26%, and despite our wisdom, we actually continue to deal with French people. It's not just an English thing, they are incredibly difficult people to deal with. But I met somebody, so we sell across a lot of different platforms, and I actually met somebody in the last month or so who is in the e-commerce game, makes websites, sells websites to other people, and sort of dejectedly bemoaned the fact of, you know, Amazon, how can we ever compete with them? Well, sort of, we don't see that we compete with them, we use them. We pay them a commission, but, you know, that's almost 500,000 sales just in the UK we got through Amazon. We use it, we put in our own letters and flyers with them. We offered the people that bought from us on Amazon a discount if the next time they come to our website, and that works, you know, that works quite well. Yeah. But the thing, it's not easy selling on Amazon, as Vinny alluded to. There is a grind to all of this, listing product, listing it exactly the way that Amazon wants you to, which is different to the way eBay wants you to. Everybody has their own little foibles. There's rules and regulations about how you list things, sell things in Germany, France, you know. But thankfully, as I said earlier, we have John that does that. He loves it. One of the things that, ideally, you know, we do like selling on Amazon and eBay. It's great business for us. We'll never stop doing that. But the goal always is to try and get customers back to our own website, get them to buy on bricks. I just put up that map of Ireland. We're in Monaghan. Well, I hope you all know where that is. Down at the very bottom, I don't know if you're familiar with, there's a place, the Beara Peninsula, but Beara Island is there. It's the furthest point we can think of from Monaghan, and last year we had 7 different people from Beara Island that individually bought products for us. Total value was I think 1,400 and something, so it was about 150 euros each. They all bought from us. 4 of them had the same surname, Harrington. So our curiosity piqued. You know, why you know, the population of Beara Island is 200 people. So if 7 of them were buying for us, if we could work that metric into Dublin or London. So I just picked up the phone and rang the first Harrington to buy off us, and I said, you know, do you mind me asking, why did you buy from us? And he said you said you were the 4th largest workwear company in Monaghan, and he said everybody else says they're the biggest and they're best. He said somebody that says they're the 4th, he says they're either honest or stupid. So John and I would differ in opinion over which, you know, but it was a little thing. Everybody else just listed the stuff, just that little quirky thing. We had a man. I write a blog, and one of them had a Latin title, Post Hoc Ergo Proctor Hoc, with 2 men in England that bought, I think one of them bought almost 1,000 euros worth of Gore-Tex jackets. And he said, people don't use Latin anymore, so I bought from you guys, because, you know, anyway, it's just one of those funny things. The furthest point away that we have sold to is obviously that we're up there, New Zealand. We've sold to people in New Zealand 4 times, usually a particular brand of German-made Gore-Tex boots. But you know, you can sell to anything, you know, to anybody. If you have what they want, they don't really care where you are if you can just get it to them. Oddly, the closest place to where we are, I don't know if anybody's familiar, we're just outside Monaghan town, and somebody from Tidavnet, which is less than 2 kilometres from our warehouse. He passes our warehouse every day on his way to work, but he knows us. He has previously bought, and do you want to collect this? No, send it to me. I won't. I won't be at home, or I'm not going to be there for 2 weeks. So 2 kilometres he bought for us. The great thing about selling online as well, like we're in Monaghan, that's no deterrent to selling online. If you have a nice looking, attractive looking website, which we like to think that we have, the perception is that we are a much bigger company than we actually are. It gives people comfort, and as I said, if you're nice and friendly with your service, you know, people will buy.